Testing. Hey gang, welcome back to the June P Show for another episode full of heartfelt comedic relief. This is the show where we get deep, we get real, and conveniently, it's always June all the time here. If you're new to this place, I mean, this is only episode 2, the first real one. The last one was just like a prototype, but if you're new here, I'm June. Nice to meet you. Are we just gonna get into it? Let's get into it. So, I last spoke to you guys, like, I think a month or so ago. I don't actually know for sure when I filmed that. I could go look if I, like, needed to. If you demanded that of me, I would do it for you, but, I think it's been about a month. And I released the episode, the first one, the prototype, the pilot, link down below or somewhere, tagged a million places. Like a week ago, like just over a week ago. So let's just like play catch up. Like, where have we both been? How have you guys been? How have I been? Let's play some catch up. So, really, I ended up putting out the episode like kind of on a whim. Like, you guys obviously saw it, so like it happened, but like the whole time I didn't know if I was gonna put it out. Like, I was just kind of like dabbling, like, what if I tried this? Or what if I try this? Or what if I try this? And then like by the end, it's like, well, I've already put a lot of work into this. Like, it is what I want. It is what I like. It is like who I am, and I stand by it. And I liked it. I was like, this is the content I would like to see. So why would I not put it out? So I feel good about it. I felt really good about it. And I didn't like even know it was Friday the 13th. When I did it. I didn't end up knowing it like when I hit like publish, or like unprivate, but like I think it was already uploaded like the night before, so like it was happening and I had no idea. But that was like fun and fresh, and like you could think of Friday the 13th as like a negative thing, or you can think of it as a positive thing. My birthday's on the 13th, like sometimes it's been on Friday the 13th. I've had weird stuff happen to me on Friday the 13th in the past, so I'm just gonna go ahead and flip the script and say that it was a good thing. Like it was a good sign, not a bad sign. So let me roll with it, please. But what did you guys think of the video? Comments down below, like what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see more of. If you have any like questions, if you want to know something about me, if you want like me to speak on something that like is going on in your world, like please let me know. Because I would love to talk about it. Like I'm open, and I want this to be like a really open space like between me and you, even though we're not here together in person, but like that's okay. We don't need all that. Nathan just hung up some, it's 2 vintage china plates. China plates. I don't even know if they're technically china. I don't know what that like constitutes, but they're like beautiful decorative plates that were given to me. I think when my grandma, like at some point after she went in the nursing home, and like she's since passed, and like that's her TV stand right there. That's actually her old coffee table. I kind of forgot. I guess I have a lot of hers. I have a lot of like throwbacks in this joint. So anyway, I'll show you guys at the end. So that's your like fun treat if you stay to the end. So stick around. We're gonna have some fun here. But anyway, okay, so like I said, what'd you think? I felt like so good about it. And felt so good about it. And I did get immediate good feedback, which was like, of course, like really crucial, like validation, because I did not know like what was gonna happen. I felt like it would all be fine, but like who knows, you know? Like I got really vulnerable on the internet. Who knows? Everybody's got an opinion on there. So it was all like really sweet like feedback, and it just made me feel like it was worth doing. And because I've always said, like, if something I put out there helps one person and that's it, it's still worth it to me, because each like human life, like each soul that lives on this like planet deserves help and resources and guidance and love and support. And like I said, if one person gets that from me, I've done my job. That's all I want. And so I knew that happened, and it felt amazing to hear great things from people, and for people to say like how good it feels to like not feel alone with like similar thoughts or beliefs or burdens or like whatever it is. So that was like awesome. And it was also awesome, like I hadn't really shared any of it. I guess I technically did end up sharing it with a couple people before I posted it, but none of them ended up watching it before I went live with it, because I was kind of like, if y'all don't speed it up, I'm going live. Not that like I said that, but I was like, I'm on my own timeline, baby. Like I can't wait for you. But it was nice also because like one of the people, my friend, like was watching it pretty much like as it went live. So like her live feedback that she gave me as she watched it was nice to like take the edge off for me, because I kind of just like pretended it didn't happen. Like I posted the like Instagram like post, I guess, and then I was like, goodbye world. Like get out of, like I can't look at it, like I gotta just go be a human offline. So it felt really good, like all that first day and stuff, and first little bit, and so yeah, that was great. Thank you guys. Mwah. However, I did want to like be transparent with you guys, because like this was something I ended up dealing with, was that there was a bit of like just not like good feedback, I guess, or like a good response and from it, and it did like kind of catch me by surprise, but then again it also didn't, I guess. So when I ended up hearing that, like just not ideal response from someone I care about, and like I would always want, I should put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Good. And you know, I guess like I was like prepared for that, but I guess I wasn't at the same time. I don't know, who knows? Either way, when I found this, you know, this entered my orbit, I like, it hurt and it didn't feel good, and I didn't have like, I think I didn't have the best immediate reaction, but also like not the worst by any means. Just like, oh great, lovely to hear that information. And I had to like go through some feels to like kind of process it and like move through it. And I mean, that's just like how I'm dealing with things lately, so like that's not new, but it always kind of sucks in the moment, but like we have to experience the lows to experience the highs. So, you know, I know that now. And so when I'm in those moments, it's kind of like, what can I glean from this? What can I gather? What can I change? What can I tweak? What can I learn from this lesser moment that like I would love to not repeat in a perfect world? So I did that, and I like did some like alchemy, some like poetry, some, I mean, I happen to have therapy, that was great. I had friend therapy, that was great. I think a couple of those conveniently. Yeah, I've like seen friends this week, like that's felt really good, like just reconnecting with some people, and I'm just excited to kind of like get back to the world, because I've kind of kept myself hidden away for a while, like while I felt lower. If you haven't watched the first video, go watch, I talk about it there. So anyway, when I'm processing, I'm doing all these things, I kind of got to the realization of like, hold on, because I wanted, like, my instinct when I got this feedback was to like shut back down, to close myself back down. I don't know why I'm paranoid this isn't recording, because it definitely is. Okay, it is. Great. Sorry. Pause. Pause, everybody. Hey, let's relax. Thank you. Good boy. Hi. I don't know if they can see you. Thank you. Okay, Lady Lay. Oh, you're a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. I'm pretty sure I caught evidence of a ghost in the last episode, so go back and check it out. There's gonna be a comment. You'll see it. Timestamp. But anyway, Nathan's home today, so if there's any weird noises, I can't say it's a ghost. Anyway, okay. my instinct was to shut back down, close back down. Like, I was vulnerable and it didn't go well. It's kind of like the narrative. And so it's like, I'm sad. And that's fair. That's fair. And that's why I let myself feel that way. But I also don't want to dwell in it. And it's not gonna like actually, like, I'm not gonna let people keep me down. So luckily I like came to that realization. Ladybug, please, angel, sweets. Why now? They haven't touched that thing, anything with a squeaker, and I don't know how long. Thank you, angel. You're so good. Thank you. So it's like, I opened up, it didn't go well. Stop. Shut up. Go back away. Like you're supposed to be. You why did you leave? That's how it felt. Nobody said that. Nobody said anything like that. But that's how it felt. And I let myself have a good like day or so to like feel low, I guess, about it. And then I sparked myself back up with like, you know, my things, like my tools. And I thought of how in my video that I put out, that is what I was upset about, I guess, technically. I say, like, I know I am going to be misunderstood, or that there's a chance I will be. So if I knew that going into it, I can't let it keep me down when it happens. Like, that's crazy. So, you know, that's what helped me like really get out of it. And thank God. So that like, you know, was kind of like got me over the hurdle. And I've still just been like letting myself like do my thing, like rest, create when I want, rest when I want, just flow, like just flow. No expectations. It's been great. So yeah, I don't know, that's my update. I wanted to like share like real truth with you guys, like, because I've always been scared to like create anything or put anything out there because of what people will think, what people will make assumptions about, like what people will infer about me or my life or everything about me because of it, and potentially misunderstand me. But you have to overcome it. Like there's just, that's always gonna happen, especially now that like the internet has opened us up. Baby girl, lady please. Any other toy, my sweetheart baby? Will you pause on that? Thank you. You wanna come sit with mama? Come sit with mama? No, not you, boy, with lady. You wanna come sit up here? Okay, lady's gonna sit here for a minute. Will you sit? Good girl. Okay, baby. All right. So now that lady's co-hosting, and we played Catchup. So that's like the real tea of how I experienced this week after. Okay, lady, this isn't gonna work. Oh. That was the real tea of how I went through this week since posting the video. The pilot. Guys, please. I'm about to have to let you out, aren't I? Okay, pause this, guys. Time. Stay. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you could hear me clapping, but I have to like scare away any critters because they love to hang out in the backyard and like almost die when I let my dogs out. It's like, guys, get out of here. You know there's a predator, like a supreme predator, like that comes out every 2 to 4 to 5 hours. Like, oh my gosh. Anyway. Okay. That's the real tea. That's been the update. So let's get to what I actually wanted to talk about in this video, which is like applicable. So like, actually, I think I can transition out of this into the topic for today with something I took away from therapy, like while kind of like processing like some of this like negative response to my video. Something my therapist said, she said the loneliness of defending yourself. That was like her quote. And it spoke to me, it resonated with me. I never heard it, but I was like, ooh, is that why I've always felt lonely? And I have been a very like defensive person, probably, I would say. Like, I think people could say that. So I guess like that could tie in with the video, because I could choose the route of like defending myself about it, but I stand by what I said and I'm not going to defend it. And I'm just gonna choose myself. It's like you don't have to choose defending yourself. You can choose yourself. And that's all you need, ultimately. So that was a good, like, turning point, I guess, for me, too. But I notated it with this, like, what my thoughts were for this episode, because, like, I wanted to talk about self-love. And choosing yourself is, like, a huge piece of that. So, self-love. I guess, like, what does that mean to you guys? Like, maybe I should, like, clarify, like, I'm not talking about, like, the very trendy trope of, like, self-care that's, like, going on right now, like, on the internet. Like, some of that stuff is great, some of it's really toxic. Find your happy medium. Like, self-care is necessary, but that isn't what I'm talking about. I mean, I've been doing self-care in some way, shape, or form for years and years and years, and it didn't heal me. So no, I don't think that's the answer. I think self-love is the answer. That's actually, like, the first, like, bullet point I wrote down in my little, like, outline. Self-love, it's the answer. But I've only just started, like, actually piecing it into my life, like, embodying it. I knew I valued myself, and I've never had, like, a super low self-esteem. Like, I haven't ever allowed my boundaries to, like, usually be, like, so far, like, crossed that, like, you know, I don't know, like, whatever, you get what I'm saying? I still wasn't, like, embodying, like, self-love. And I found that out. Let me grab a book. Toy. On pause. So, this book, I had it out, I think, some in the last video. I don't know if you could see it. It sounds silly, and you can say it's silly. That's okay. I thought it was too. I didn't even buy this book for me, and then I actually managed to pick it up, like, a year plus probably after having bought it for someone else with it in mind. The only reason I didn't give it to them is because I was like, I haven't even read that book. Seems a little weird to give it to somebody when I haven't read it, so I didn't. But it's called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It by Kamal, Ravikant, I believe. I hope that that's showing. I've seen a lot of different covers for it online, but this is the one I have. The Secret to Self-Belief. And apparently this is, like, he kind of put out, like, 2 versions of this book, and, like, this is, like, the new, like, real one, like, version 2, with, like, more to it. The first one being, like, a really short, just, like, almost just, like, journal entry-esque. Like, it's a very, like, interestingly formatted book. Excuse me. Like, look at this page. Like, real simple, real easy. And then, like, the next one, like, look, almost like 2, like, chapters, like, on 2 pages. Okay, well, the next one's a few, but, like, you get it. Like, it was a quick, like, just reading the first, like, chunk, which was that first, like, book or, like, version, I guess. That's all in, like, the preamble. I read it so fast. Because I, like, wasn't planning to read it. I just, like, picked it up one day. Like, it was weird. Because I bought it a year ago. Like, it's been sitting somewhere, and, like, we've been rearranging stuff, and next thing you know, it's out, and I'm like, oh, and here we are. And picking that up is what really made me understand that what I had been doing and the way I had been caring for myself, like, it wasn't actually in, like, a loving way. And it wasn't with love. It was just, like, survival. It was just, like, bare minimum. Like, it was just get by. And I wasn't, like, I don't think I was, like, mean to myself. I really don't. Like, I think that's why I never thought, like, would have never thought I didn't have that, like, seriously honed in, like, self-love. I always feel so, like, silly, like, saying it, but, like, deal, like, we're adults here. I guess I'm telling myself, but I'll tell you too. I think that's why I wouldn't have thought I needed to, like, pick up this book. Like, instead I'm like, oh, I'll buy that for a friend or whoever, and then it's like, no, bitch, you needed to read it. Me, talking to me. So picked it up, immediately, like, resonated. It was quick to read, like, got through it in, like, 2 or 3, like, sessions of just casually picking it up. And it kind of promotes, like, as a healing tool, like, doing this, like, mantra-esque of, like, saying I love myself, or, like, you could pick your own, but, like, that's the one this one promotes. It's called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It So the mantra being like, I love myself, and you just say it over and over in your mind, like potentially all the time if you could somehow be disciplined enough to do that, but like who is? So just like maybe when you need to, like I've been doing it anytime I either am having some negative thoughts in any way, shape, or form, like maybe like anxiety producing. It's like, nope, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. I kind of pair it with like some like, I release this, I release this, I release this. So do you, but that started like, it was helpful. It felt really good, it felt right. And I actually think I meant to talk about it in the first video, but like we derailed. So anyway, back to self-love. So I feel like self-love comes with learning to trust your gut. Like I kind of think of it now as like paired with my like self-love and intuition are like either the same thing or like hand in hand together, like working together. And you're like, you can't like trust your intuition or your gut if you don't listen to it. And when we don't love ourselves, like we ignore that kind of thing because like we're just on either autopilot or like we don't know what to do. We have other influences in our life. Like who knows why, but we all do it. Like, come on. Like how many times have you felt like you ended up making the wrong decision and like you had a feeling to do the other thing and you didn't listen? We all have. No judgment, no shame, but like consider it. Has that been you? And I feel like in doing this like training my brain almost and like in my body to feel this like love for myself instead of whatever it was before. I don't know. In doing that, I do feel just like more in tune with myself and with what I want and who I am, and I can always kind of use that to like ground myself. That's kind of what I meant with like it's the answer. You can always go back to this for like a grounding technique. Like I said, like maybe you're having like an anxious spiral. As soon as you catch yourself, this is a thing I can go back to so easily that pulls me back out. I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. And then maybe I can think of why I was needing those anxious thoughts. Because there's a reason you felt anxious. Like some need is potentially being unmet and your brain or body or something knows it. So like you feel anxious. Oh my gosh, I'm realizing it. I'm going to stop this cycle. I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. Hi, yes, girl. Do your version of that. And it can be as long or as short as you freaking want or as, elaborate. But then I can kind of focus on what I maybe needed to do. Like, what about those thoughts, could be handled right now in some way, shape, or form, or, I need a specific, like, example of this to go into what I mean, I guess. So, like, ask me if you want, like, please tell me. Or give me, like, an example for yourself. But, yeah. So I feel like it's essentially self-love is, to me, it comes hand in hand, like I said, or it's the same thing. I don't know. But to me, it's with learning to trust your gut and doing that from henceforth, like continuing that. Choosing self-love is choosing yourself, is choosing to trust yourself. So, but you have to be in tune with yourself to be able to do that. So like, let's start those steps now. It's gonna take you a minute. Like, girl, boy, I've been there. So when I said that sometimes I pair it with like releasing like certain like negative thought spirals or thoughts or just like feelings, I feel like to me, and like maybe you could come up with your own version of this as well, like it's like I inhale, like if you're in that moment of like I need to like ground, like focus on myself, okay, like I love myself, with the inhale, and on the exhale it could be a release. I release this. And I don't like to say I love myself and I release this, because to me, those are separate things. I always love myself. It's not I love myself and I release this negative thing from my life. So it's like inhale, I release, or wait, what? No, inhale, I love myself, and exhale, I release XYZ. My main ones I've been doing are fear, shame, and doubt. So I wrote like at least those three, but to me, this has been like the antidote for those feelings. And another way I've like implemented it into like a regular way, like into my life, is through like my exercise routine or like movement. So like one version of that is like while I'm doing my like stretching, like kind of Pilates or like yoga-esque flow that I do in front of these windows, which I showed you guys last time or whatever. go check out episode 1. So I kind of was like, I do it sometimes while I'm just like breathing through that. It's like, because I try to like clear my head for that, and I don't always do a very good job of it, but you know, it's always like a good like grounding, once again, like technique. So then I can kind of pair that with another one. It's like double whammy. Nobody freaking knew what I was talking about in the first episode when I referenced that. So do you guys know? Tell me. So that's one way, like like stretching, like literally just as simple as like breathing and stretching and like just saying it over and over in your head. And another way I've done it is if I don't see why I would have mentioned it in the first episode, but my main like intense workout like routine lately, like for the last year-ish, is like a boxing workout class. And so it's not all boxing, but like when I'm doing the boxing section, and it's like I am focused because it's always like certain flows of the punches. I don't know, you get it like 1 2 1 3 4 1, you get it, like it's gonna change every single time, and that's what like keeps it new, keeps it fun, keeps it fresh. So I'm focusing, but sometimes I'll catch myself like empty-headed, and then that's when I'll be like, I love myself, like I'm working through it, like I love myself, I release doubt, I love myself, I release shame, I love myself, I release fear. And oh my god, especially the fear one for the boxing, it's like I'm gonna wail and let that out. I don't need to be afraid, I'm strong. Try to mess with me, seriously. I'm realizing I'm channeling Jillian from Workaholics. Anyway, so that's another example, but like there's literally take it and run with it in your own world. And like I would love to hear how you end up doing it. Please tell me. Like I would love more ways for me to prompt myself to do it so that I do it on a regular basis, because the more I do it, the more I believe it, the more it's like I can't question this. This is me. I am rewriting my brain to think, to go straight to the I love myself, and I pick myself first every time by gut instinct instead of being a people pleaser and like putting myself last, like letting myself be like put under the rug is what it has felt like in ways, and I just can't do that anymore. Okay, so yeah, use it in any way, shape, or form to release, or the antidote to something negative, fear, shame, doubt, I don't know, whatever your thing is, whatever your things are. If you know, keep adding to the list. Keep a running list. Like we gotta keep working on it. Like some of this stuff is lifelong, dude. When you've been feeling something or a certain way for so long, unless you're actively trying to change it, your brain and your body is going to go straight to what it thinks it knows. And like I said, unless you put in the work to change it, and whether that's on your own or with a resource in whatever way, like it's just not gonna happen. And like that's why people get stuck. To go back to episode 1, like I hate stuck or whatever I said, I don't know. So to kind of go back to like the negative, like how I can like use this as a grounding technique with like a negative, like I said, the anxious like thoughts potentially, but like just anything negative. So a negative thought spiral of any kind. But when I had like written that down, I had the like thought of how I wanted to share. I wrote, you don't have to identify with your thoughts tangent, because that's something that like I picked up early in my like self-discovery journey, or like self-healing journey, like whatever you want to call me, working on myself to be happier, to be more fulfilled in life, because I wasn't. Does saying I want that mean I wasn't? Yes. Sue me. Sorry to whoever that offends, but you can't blame me for only speaking up now. I'm sorry for how that makes you feel, but we just got to deal with our own stuff. Choose the other method. If one method has never worked, don't choose it. Choose a different variation of any kind. Take that baby step that's different, that's slightly different. So then, okay, get into your thought. You don't have to like, I don't even know how I got here, but like, you don't have to identify with your thoughts. That was something I like picked up early on. And it's like, if you have these like mean, like for especially somebody who knows they don't currently possess a healthy self-love for themselves. If you know you're that person, please listen to this. You and everybody does not have to identify with your thoughts. Our brain is like always like spitting out something. And a lot of times it's like a response to something in our environment or some stimuli. And it's like, just because our brain is going to pick the same things it always does, like I just said, doesn't mean you have to identify with it. So like, let's say like the chronic, like negative thought spiral is like, everybody hates me. Let's say it's that. And so like you're in a situation and you start to feel your body's like tensing up. Maybe your heart starts racing. Maybe you feel like clammy or like sweaty, or potentially like cold and like shivery. Like there's so many different ways you could be reacting like when your body's like stressed. Yeah, so your brain is starting to be like, oh, you know, this thing of rejection or this like whatever the trigger was. Everybody hates me. That's what's now in my head. Everybody hates me. And this is something maybe you were looking forward to, or you want to have fun at, like you want to enjoy your life. You don't want to like go through these negative spirals all the time. I've been there. You don't have to. Okay, I'm in the moment. Everybody hates me. I start to panic. And maybe that's where like I bring up the body signs, because like if you can use those to pick up on it early, more power to you. Like you're on the up and up. You're figuring this out. Because it's your brain's gonna go, like I said, your brain's choosing its original route. But with each slight deviation, we get closer to here. So that's why I say like any little bit of like variation that takes you towards the direction of ultimately one day not reacting the same way that you don't want to react anymore. This is one of those things. This is what for me was like a huge initial piece of like undoing that. And it's just as simple as we don't have to identify with our thoughts. So it's not who you are. Your brain is coping. Your brain is just doing its thing. It's gonna spit some ideas at you. It's up to you whether or not to take them. And that's thinking everybody hates me. No, I don't have to believe that. Brain, you quit that. I don't think that. That's old June, or that's this version of me. That's this thing rearing its head. I don't believe that. But I did. And we ditched it. And you can feel a moment for like that version of you that like had to feel that way. That sucks, dude. But you can't carry it forever, and you can't live your life like that if you want to be happy, in my opinion. I've tried. I was never happy. Once again, I'm sorry to who that offends. I am now. I'm getting there. Like, we are, like, taking a minute, though. Like, I want to help other people. Okay. I think that, we are finishing up here. I think I'll end with, this moment of, like, oh, wait, there was a couple of things I wanted to read. Let me see here. You know, I was heading this direction in my thoughts, but I forgot I had screenshotted something that would help me with it. It's like, we don't have to choose the negative thing. And once we know that, okay, in the moment, you're having a negative thought or a negative perception or a negative experience in some way, and you become conscious of, I don't have to feel this way. I decide how I feel and what I do and how I react and all that. So like, pause there. Something else I've taken away recently is, so you've all probably heard, if you're on the internet, it's become trendy apparently, this like concept of people either, there's two kind of versions, like views of this. Like, people either are like a mirror, so like you look at them and you see some things reflected back at you about yourself, and people look at you and you reflect back things about them. And that's where sometimes you can really get along with somebody because like parts of your mirrors are like really vibing, or you can really not get along with somebody because y'all bring out the worst in each other. And apply that to whatever relationship in your life you want, but you've seen it. And it's why somebody can have both extremes, like such love and such anger or negative feelings. So with that in mind, it's like, I wanted to read this thing I read this week, like as I was considering this idea of like the mirror and like what people reflect, like what it could almost say about you if you want to like become conscious of it, like take these steps. So I'm going to read this little thing I read somewhere. And when people project onto you, it's not because you're too much. It's because you mirror something they haven't made peace with in themselves. Stop trying to be one thing. You're not here to arrive. You're here to move through. And when you honor your timing, your space, your need for clarity, life reflects you back with the magic you've been waiting for. Now that's a very like woo-woo thing, I will admit. Take what you want, leave the rest. That's what I did. But it's not because you're too much when people project onto you. It's because you mirror something they haven't made peace with in themselves. So the next time you're dealing with someone who's like upset with you or projecting something negative onto you, like literally like before you just jump into like reactivity mode, if you're able to like pause and process what it could say about them to maybe like help you alter your response, your reaction, I think that's like a great tool. So I wanted to share it. And here's another little thing that I read today that I've been meaning to like record for the last like 2 or 3 days, like because I was starting to formulate like what I wanted to talk about and like things I wanted to say, but just like the right time hadn't like appeared yet. And I knew it would, but I'll wait on it, you know. So today, earlier, I was on Instagram, and this account, it's at healing. Oh my god, my camera shut off and I don't know why. There might be like a limit on it, on like how long a thing can be. I don't know. I need to like figure that out. Anyway, this account, it's at healing like Muva, M-U. Okay, I don't know what's happening because my camera keeps shutting off, but it has plenty of storage and battery, so I don't know. It's not even like shutting off, it's just like stopping recording. So I'm gonna try and like get through this quick. At healing Muva, M-U-V-A, 2 underscores, I think. So this, it just resonated with me because it was supposed to be applicable to me. It is like astro like content, like astrology. So like fair warning if you look it up, but it was my like reading and I was like, oh my God, like this is like words that I want to say about like self-love and like that concept, but like I don't have them. So I'm going to read this one. You are the love you keep looking for. It starts with you, not them. You keep searching for somebody to fill you up, to hold you down, to finally make you feel seen. But baby, truth is you've been the one all along. The love you've been begging for. That safety, that softness, that deep ass understanding, it was never theirs to give. That shit lives with you, in you. You keep pouring into broken people, hoping that they'll mirror back what you've been dying to feel. But they can't love you right because you haven't been loving yourself right. Not fully, not loud enough, not like you deserve. You are the peace, you are the home, you are the healing. And the moment you realize that, you stop begging, stop chasing, stop settling. Fall in love with your own damn soul. Romance your spirit, choose you like you always wanted them to. And watch how everything starts shifting. That real love is going to match your energy once you stop abandoning yourself for crumbs. You aren't hard to love. You just got to start with yourself. So, I hope you took something away from today. If you didn't, here's a couple more. Like if you want like something to ponder, like a journal question, journal prompt, or just something to ponder later, anytime, whenever it feels right. But some thoughts questions I had about this is like, how do you love others? And also, how do you want to be loved? If you don't know the answers to those questions, maybe now's a good time to think about it. And you don't have to like finalize it. You can like consider it and like keep adding and subtracting like from what that means to you. But if you do know how you love others and how do you want to be loved, practice that on yourself. So let's either identify it, practice it, or double whammy. Do both. That's like ultimate goal, right? So that's something you can think about. What else is going on in your guys' worlds? I'm honestly curious. Swear to God. Fill me in if you want. Like if you want some feedback or like my thoughts or anything, I don't know. Like send anything in, comment below. In the meantime, like take some baby steps. I do want to start, like, ultimate goal is to do these weekly, but like we're not there yet, so I'm gonna aim for like every other week for right now. So stay tuned, turn on notifications. Go check me out on Instagram at June all the time if you want. I do post like, I don't know, like poetry and I think motivational content. Take it as you will or don't. Do what you want, but you can find me there for more like regular presence. If you guys want this to be on like Spotify or like stuff like that, let me know and I'll start working on it. Or if like you want an audio only version, let me know. I'll start working on it. If there's anything else you super want and it's reasonable, I'll consider it. But give me any feedback. Take some baby steps today, tomorrow, this week, next week, forever, whenever feels right. Like your timing's right. I got mad love for you guys. Please love yourselves. Please, please. I'm here for you. Got mad love. Ta-ta for now. Peace. Here's those plates. So cute. No, look at the plate. Let's get it right. Okay. Say bye-bye. Bye.